What's up, guys? This is Joe, otherwise known as Catching BTC on Twitter. This is Bitcoin Watch number 5, where I do technical and fundamental analysis on Bitcoin's price action as well as set price targets and expectations for the future. Um, so we've had an interesting past couple of days on Bitcoin, mostly just positive price action. I expected this in the group. In Alias, I was looking for 7.5 to enter, and it was just an absolute perfect entry. And we ended up running up to 9.5k, which was my take profit target. Well, I took profit at the high here, didn't end up taking it at the top because I all about securing your profits, not over gambling where we might be going next. But I was just going to do a quick chart just to give you an idea of what kind of resistances we're coming up against right now. Well, we're really trading at right now, and where we might be trading at in a couple of weeks or days. We'll have to see. So I'm just going to go and put a few little trend lines in. I'll probably take these off going into the video, but I think they're good. Just little nice trend lines that I don't think many people would be looking at, or many people even think to look at when charting BTC. So we've just tested this one. It's a bit further up, really. Sorry if you could bear with me. So these are some of the trend lines. Some of them aren't very important, but traders will still be using these. Retail, professional, even to help make their decisions. And so, if anyone's looking at them, then that's extra sell pressure or buy pressure, and everyone should be taking note of them because anything that offers buy pressure or sell pressure is very important and should not be taken lightly. So I just wanted to put some macro, look at the macro overview, what kind of trend line resistance we're coming up against. And there's this trend line here coming down from when we're trading at 11.8k. We're getting very close to it. I'm trading around 9.5k, and I've been saying for a while there's a lot of resistance coming to about 9.5 to 9.9k. I mean, just absolutely tremendous resistance, horizontal and from trend coming in from trend lines as well. We've got the 382, which we've touched absolutely perfectly, and we haven't sold off very much, if I'm honest. We've touched it and we did see profit taking, because I do believe big players will be scaling out here, coming into 9.5 to 9.9k. So this is really the horizontal zone that you should be looking at. 382 up to 10k. I mean, there's huge horizontal resistance, there's trend line resistance, there's Fibonacci resistance, which is even more important, especially on a macro time frame, coming in from the highs at 20k. So I'd really love to see a retracement coming into 10K off Bitcoin, but looking at the price action, I'm not sure. Coming into this 382, I would have wanted to see a bit more profit taking. More like a candle wick that looks a bit more like this. Maybe not this type of action. That's pretty strong. Sell pressure, buy pressure there. But I'd be wanting to see something like this if we were coming into retracement on 10K. And honestly, when we were trading here, if we had continued up and we hadn't sort of stalled out here, and honestly, I didn't think we would stall out here. I didn't think there was enough sell pressure here. I thought we were going straight to 9.5K. I would have taken the short position at 9.5 to 9.9. I would have scaled in. But the fact that we've stalled out here and we've actually had a fairly sizable retracement to 7.5K. I mean, 9K to 7.5K is, as far as retracements go for Bitcoin in a bull market, is still significant. I mean, it's a 20% retracement. It's not exactly the likes you'd see of this sort of retracement where you're getting like 40% retracement, but I think that is coming, and I do really think that is due for Bitcoin. I'm just not sure it's going to be at 10K. I've been saying in the group, I'm looking for 11.8K. This was my first target to really take out a chunk of my profits, and I think I'd be correct in saying that a lot of large players are scaling out here and will be taking their sort of last sort of scale out longs on leverage positions at 11.8K. I just don't see us breaching 11.8K on first test. When I was trading it, not only here, but around these sort of price levels, I mean, it's just so strong, such a strong level. I don't think, long-term traders are going to forget that. And so, where I think we really are right now, if I had to, look at some of these retracements, I mean, let's look at how much this was. This was almost a 20% retracement coming into here, and I really think that's where we are right now. I think, we just had this sell-off where we've accumulated, and we're just testing this high here, just broken above it, and I think we've still got that last little leg to go before we see more of a major retracement, if you'd like, or a significant retracement, because this is a 20% retracement, but this really wasn't anything significant. This was just profit taking and people reloading on some longs. But anyways, as I was saying before, as we saw that here, I think we've accumulated enough buy pressure at 7.5K to breach 10K. And just fundamentals wise, and looking at some retail traders that I know, I have been getting texts from people saying they bought some Bitcoin, like family members and people that I've shilled it to in the past, and that for me is an indicator that we are nearing the local term top. I think we'll get a lot of buy-ins, and I think once we breach 10K, people are going to be really FOMOing, and I really don't think we'll be selling on 10K. I think we'll push. There won't be much Bitcoin to sell at 10K, in my opinion. There will be a significant amount, but I think not enough to stop us seeing 11.8K in the near term. But I'm just going to go in on the. I'm going to come back out, but for now I'm just going to go on the 15 minutes, probably slightly too close. I just wanted to look at this local wedge that I have seen some people talking about, because it's just another fairly significant resistance locally. If you combine it with macro resistance as well. So it's an ascending wedge that we broke out of, and we've attempted to retest recently. So if we're drawing from the lows here and the highs here, we've got this wedge, ascending wedge that we broke out of. It was bearish. We at 7.5K, and we've come back up to retest the bottom of this wedge, and it hasn't gone so well. We have sold off on the first test, which is expected, because this was also the 382 fib level. So local trend line, from the past month, combined with a macro fib level and a macro trend line, we're going to see some profit taking and some sellers stepping into the market. But we have seen a higher high made off of two lows, and so I'd really be looking for this to be pushing up to this trend line here at about 9.6, and to test that wedge again. But I really want us to see us trading back into this wedge. If I had to, envision anything for Bitcoin, I'd want to see this sort of thing. We've had this little retracement here, into the top of this wedge, and it's really a case of, do we get back into this wedge and come back down, or do we break into this wedge and push back up to 11.8k? And I have noted as well is that there's some very similar price action going on with Bitcoin right now. So I'm going to take this wedge off for now. Some very, very similar price action happening on Bitcoin. And a lot of people have been saying on Twitter, it's called the three drives pattern. And we had a failed bearish three drives pattern in the 5k region. A lot of people were like, oh yeah, short this, and then they just got absolutely ruined. I'm sure most of you saw it all over Twitter. But anyway, so we're going to have a look at it, and I'll get the three drives, which I didn't actually know existed on TradingView until recently, until I saw everyone shilling in. Obviously, I know what the three drives pattern was, but I didn't realize we had an option to use it on TradingView, which I think is pretty awesome. I think it's about 1.2. Yeah. So come into here. This is the three drives pattern, and a bullet. So these are the classic. You get the three drives and a sell-off, and that's the bearish three drives pattern. But we had a completely failed bearish three drives. So we breached the high here, and we've retested it, here, and this would have been a really nice long entry, and a long entry that I didn't actually take or mentioned, as I didn't really see us breaching 6k upon first test, but we did, so that's just an indicator of how bullish the market is. Anyway, so we had this failed bearish three drives, break above the local high here, and a retest of the local high. Okay, so I just want you to envision that pattern into your mind here, and we're just going to have another look higher up here. So if we get the three drives pattern again, coming up from the lows here, this first high, second low, second high, second low at 7.5, and we're coming in for this third high. And the fact that this just lines up with so much macro resistance, it makes me wonder whether we will break 10k. It's hard. It's really hard as a trader saying this is why. This is the sort of price level where I wouldn't be taking a short. There is a lot of things lining up, but just the fact that we stalled out here, loaded off some buy pressure at 7.5k, and really see no profit taking coming into the high here. We've had, if we get a fib level up, I'm sure that's a 236 retracement. It is exactly. It's a 236 retracement in a bullish market off a bullish move. That's really as bullish as it gets in terms of price action. So I'm just skeptical as to whether if we will see a break below. A retracement from 10k. So if I just put this line in as well, if we go back to talking about this failed bearish three drives here, we've had the high here, 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 the high here. We broke this high at 5k, and we've retraced it. We broke this high at 9k and retraced it. Had a really nice bounce. Two lower highs made. If we look here, two lower highs made, and then we push up. So I know if you're a pattern trader in a bullish market, you would be taking this long up to 11.8k, or at least the upper 11ks. So I just wanted to show that there is a lot of local and macro resistance coming in at 10k. So it will be a very interesting couple of weeks really to see it. Well, maybe even days. Maybe coming into Monday, Tuesday next week if we break it. Possibly coming in on Friday volume. We'll have to see. But I would bet place my bets on next Monday and Tuesday. Where are we at now? So we're the 19th of June. So what? 3 days. So coming in at like the 22nd of June, I think off the top of my head, we might see a push above 10K. And especially if we don't sell off going into the weekend or have much profit taken going into Friday sell volume, I definitely would be bullish and be looking for 11.8K, and I may scalp the move up to 11.8K. I won't take the short at 11.8K. I'm more interested in low coupon longs. Trend is your friend. I mean, it's much easier. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me about. A lot of people have been taking anti-trend moves, and lots of people in the group are beginner traders. And you have to understand, going against the trend, your profits will come in a lot slower, and they'll be a lot harder to get if you're fighting against the trend. There is obviously money to be made fighting against the trend, but I really don't think beginner traders should be trying to fight the trend. You just end up getting wrecked and losing money, and it's just not worth the hassle, in my opinion, at all. I think you should be looking for longs in the bullish market, which we are definitely in. And so I don't advise taking any short positions at 10K, or if you really did want to take a short position, I would be looking at 11.8K, but I'm not going to go over that short position in this video until we've sort of made our minds up. Maybe going into next week, I'll make a video. But again, just let's look for longs. Let's not look for short positions in this market. I mean, it's insanely bullish. But if we take some fib extensions as well off of these recent sell-offs, we've got fib extensions coming in at the 10K level again. So it's just another example of how much resistance is at this 9.5 to 10K level. Is just massive. If we take a move off here, this is what you should be more interested in. This recent buy pressure we've accumulated at 7.5K. Yes, people will still be using this fib extension to be taking profits, but it's not the most recent fib extension, so it's not something you guys should be looking at. We're operating off this buy pressure here, built on top of this buy pressure here, so really we'd be looking for something in between these sort of markets. So profit taking wise, 10K down to 9.5K is, I recommend everyone should be taking profits. Really, is it worth the risk to make that extra 16%? I don't think so. If you've caught this move up, 16% is nothing to 100% returns. So I don't advise it. But that's just comes in the type of trader you are. Anyway, so again, the way my strategy works, and I target the furthest extension, so 2.618. I target the furthest deviation from the current market value, and that would be the 2.618, as well as the 11.8K resistance from current market value. I really do see that being a strong resistance, and the fact that we've got major fib extensions coming in from recent buy pressure in those buy zones just makes me even more certain that we may see a retracement at 11.8K. I mean, off recent buy pressure, we'll see profit taking come into this zone again. I mean, just huge levels at 9.8, 9.7. I mean, it's hard not to take this short position, I'll be honest, just with everything lining up. But I've traded Bitcoin in a bull market before, and you will be surprised at how little resistance mean to cryptocurrency markets when we are trending upwards. So I just wanted to do that video just to give you an overview of the resistance that we're coming up into and facing soon. I was going to touch on some re-entry longs if we do sell off at 10K, but I think I'll touch on that on another video because this video is already going quite a long time. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that was very informative and gave you enough overview coming into the market. Have a nice day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.